How's it going? Good? Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you guys my August TBR. Now, August is kind of a busy month for me because summer classes are ending and then I have like 5 days off and then I have to do something for like a program at my school and then I have like a day or two and then I start my fall semester. So it's kind of a busy, hectic month, but I'm hoping I can get more done in August reading-wise than I did in July, because July was just... This is just kind of the bare minimum of what I want to get done for this month, so hopefully I achieve it. If I don't, I know it's okay because I have school and all that kind of stuff, but let me just stop rambling on and show you guys what books I want to get done in August. First book on the TBR is My Killer Vacation by Tess Bailey. I feel like I've talked about this so many times already on my channel. Basically, this girl goes on vacation with her brother, and when they get to the place they're supposed to stay, there's a dead body, so they have to call the police, and then there's a bounty hunter there, and basically it's supposed to be like an insta-love sort of thing, which isn't my favorite thing in the entire world, but she kind of reminds me of me a little bit just by imaging, and the guy just reminds me of my type: dark hair, muscles, tan, that sort of thing. I'm excited because it feels like a little mystery type mixed with romance, which is like my fave. Next book that I want to get done in August is The Score by Elle Kennedy. This is the third book in the Off-Campus series. There are 5 of them. Basically, if you don't know what the Off-Campus series is, it takes place at Briar University. Pretty much every single man in the series is on the hockey team of Briar U, and it's a bunch of different girls. Somehow they just fall into each other's laps. This one's about Dean, and I'm interested to see how Dean is because he's a pretty big player. I mean, all of these guys are supposedly big players when the books start off. I love these books because it's taking a bunch of like grumpy, like F-boy type men and turning them into softies just for these one girls. If you have not started the series, definitely go check it out. The first book is the deal, so go read it. Also, apologies if you can hear like this crunching sound. My dog is playing with a toy. But then what do you have? Next book that I want to get done in August is Croth by Ali Condi. This is the second book in the Matched trilogy. Read Matched in July. I read these books so long ago, literally middle school, and let me tell you, the first one held up. I know it's a very mixed review book. Some people hate it, some people love it, but I think it's a big like comfort book for me because it was one of my favorite books growing up, so I think I just loved it because I remembered loving it. This is the second installment in that series, and I can't really talk about this book because it'll ruin the first book, so I'll link my July wrap up down below so you guys can go check out what the first book is, get a feel of that, and then, you know, continue the series. Okay, so if I read the first one and I want to read the second one this month, I want to try to get the last book in this series finished up, which is Reached, again by Ali Condi. Again, I can't talk about it because it'll ruin the first and the second book. And I don't remember exactly what happens in the second and the third book, but I just obviously know that it wraps it all up and it keeps the journey going. Well, if you guys didn't know, I've talked about it before. I don't remember in what video it was. Might have been my summer book haul, I don't know. I talked about that Ali Condi recently released a book, which is The Last Voyage of Poe Blith, I believe it's called. And it takes place in this world. I don't know if it has some of the same characters, but I know that it takes place in the same world. So I'm rereading this series to really get myself back into this dystopian society because I don't remember exactly the rules and the regulations and how things work. Because again, I read this, God, bare minimum, I read this 8 years ago. So that's bare minimum of how long it's been, but it's probably been longer. So then I want to read Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blau. This girl is like a nanny and she's living with this family who takes in this band, these rock stars, and it takes place in the 70s, I believe. Yes, in the 1970s. So it's basically her living in this house with a bunch of these rock stars and learning about like the industry and learning about what their lives are like. And so I'm interested to see how it'll go. Next book, I don't know if I'm gonna get it to this month because it's one of the longer ones, but I really want to try, and that is True Biz by Sarah Novick. Basically, it's a fiction, and it takes place in this school for the deaf, and so pretty much everyone here is deaf except for one person, and you see the lives mainly through the people who are deaf, the deaf students. I think that's really different from anything that I've ever read or really ever seen talked about in books. I think it's going to be really interesting to see the world through those people's eyes because I'm not in their position. I don't know the position. It's not a hard of hearing person in a sea of hearing people, it is a hearing person in a sea of hard of hearing people. And I think that's really cool and really interesting. I love books that give me different perspectives, and I love that this can do that from a fictional book. So I'm excited. So this is the last book on my August TBR, but it is one that I feel like I've been talking about so much, and you guys are probably surprised like you haven't read that yet, but I haven't, and that is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This is, I feel like, the book of the summer. If it's not The Summer I Turned Pretty with a bunch of people rereading those because of the show, I feel like this is the biggest novel of the summer. So pretty much all that I know is that it's childhood friends to lovers, and they kind of, you know, they're friends, and then they lose contact with each other, and they come back, and they're friends, and then they fall in love. But I'm hearing they kind of also have like a conflict, so it's like friends to lovers, enemies to lovers type of thing. I just know it takes place this summer, and it's very comparative to Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, which is one of my favorite books of all time. So I think this is going to be my first read of August. My books just fell. This is like number one on the docket for August for sure. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know down below what books you guys really want to get done in August. Let me know if you guys have read any of these and what your thoughts are. But I am super excited for this reading month, just hoping that it's better than July. As always, please be sure to like this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.